Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, and I'm definitely in high spirits compared to yesterday. Ooh, if y'all could have seen me. It was not a sight to see. But anyways, we are here with Married at First Sight Australia, season 12, episodes 3 and 4. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So the next couple to get married is Athena. It's written like Awena though, but it's pronounced Athena. Where are they from? Where they do that at? That's interesting. And her partner is Adrien. And quite frankly, I was trying to look at what similarities they would have in order to be partnered up. I think that, yeah, they both want somebody who's like caring and kind, and they're both family oriented. But the biggest driving force you can tell from the producers in putting them together is the fact that they're both twins. Like, yeah, cool. They understand that twin connection, but like, that's it.
These are our sisters here, Lita and Nicola. Twins as well.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Athena. You're actually way too hot. I'm actually not happy.
Your sister sort of ruined the surprise.
Did she?
No.
This is actually really crazy, though. Oh, my God.
I do come with a beautiful 6-month-old. Aussie Shepherd. Don't worry, I don't have kids.
That kind of made me go, I wasn't worried you had a kid, mate.
The producers are absolutely sick to put these two together. You know this man does not want to have, I would assume he would have said he doesn't want to have kids yet, or he doesn't want to be a stepdad. I think that's something that he would mention. Athena is coming out of a 15-year relationship. She was with her partner until just before she turned 30. She obviously has a kid, and you're going to put her with a guy who scoffs at the idea of having kids. What? Imagine, well, you know, I don't really want to have kids, even though you already have one, but at least we're twins. Get out. Get out. At the reception, things go from bad to worse, and neither of their families are making it better.
You don't have any kids? So your sister?
I don't know. I panicked. We've just been talking about almost irrelevant information, and then I feel like there hasn't been an opening. And then our siblings, who I love, have been jumping in. So who wins the fights?
Me.
V is also a mum herself.
Pause. Can I borrow Adrien? I just feel like that was very blindsided because there just hasn't been a moment for me to put you aside.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. It's not ideal. Yeah, if I could have it my way, I'd like to have that first with someone.
I don't think it's fair to judge... I don't think it's fair to judge Adrien on the fact that he doesn't want to be a stepdad, because he likely told the producers and they paired them up together anyways. So that is on the producers. Now, I do give Adrien a bit of a side eye because he says he wants his first child to be his biological child and for them to share that first experience together. Now, if that's your opinion, whatever. You think the way that you think, right? But my mind goes to, okay, say biologically you're unable to have kids. What if you needed to have a donor in your situation? What if you needed to adopt? What if you opted into fostering? Like, there's just so many scenarios where it's like, I understand the yearning to have your biological child, but sometimes life just doesn't pan out that way. So for him to be like, oh no, but my first needs to be like mine. And he says even more problematic things in the next episode. But yeah, I was initially like, you know what? He feels the way he feels. I can't fault him for that. But then life happens. And I don't know if I personally would want to be with somebody who carries the mentality that he has when it comes to only having like true love for a kid who's biologically his. The next couple to get married is Billy and Sierra. Billy is a mama's boy. He literally has mom tattooed on his hand. And Sierra is very self-assured, very confident immediately. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was wondering if she was going to be into Billy, not because of aesthetics, but just like, I just wasn't sure if she'd be into the kind of guy that Billy is. But it turns out they both walked into their wedding being concerned if the other person was going to be attracted. It wasn't even an issue on either side.
I've never been in love before. I really actually want someone to take the time to get to know me.
All of my life, I've been surrounded by lovely relationships, really with the closest people to me. The dream coming out today is to feel like we can take on the rest of life together. Will you marry me?
I guess. I like the fact that he's obviously got a very good sense of humour.
Me and my mum have the best unbreakable relationship, a proper mama's boy. My biological father was never really there for me growing up. I should tell you, in the past, I've struggled to trust people and open up fully to someone else. This has made me keep my walls up in order to protect myself from getting hurt.
I like the fact that he was willing to be open and vulnerable in his vows. That was quite touching.
I loved their vows. I like how they opened up about their personal pitfalls, the things that they're looking for. I think they got very vulnerable very quickly. And in front of people where it's like, oh, this is a lot to share right now. With Billy, I was thinking, okay, it's great that he's saying these are hurdles that we're gonna have to face in our relationship. I hope that they use it for good in the sense that, okay, I know where you tend to struggle in relationships, so now I can navigate that a little bit better. But on the other hand, it could be well, I told you I have these problems, so we're just always going to have conflict in this area of our relationship. Like, it could be used to help the relationship. It could also hurt the relationship. It just depends on how he shows up in this relationship. For Sierra, she also has a high guard, so both of them have some walls that they're going to have to climb. I don't think we got to see their reception, but it seems like it went very well because the next day they were very comfy cozy together. So I was like, okay, cute. So we're going to jump into the honeymoons. We have Elliott, who says that he's very set in his ways. He doesn't feel like there's anything that he can learn from the experiment. And on top of that, he probably could teach the experts a thing or two. So clearly he's being difficult on purpose.
I'd like to have one child, not multiple.
I really want to have a big family, so I want someone that's like family oriented.
I feel like the more kids you have, you need to get a bigger car. You can't do as much travel.
Like those sort of things, you know, handbags, expensive holidays.
What has expensive handbags got to do with that?
There's some superficiality there, and like that's of no interest to me.
We had a conversation this morning where you said that you weren't going to listen to the experts. You think you know better than them.
Yeah, about me. I know more about me than the experts. Yeah. Well, I said
Like, you're better off going down to the local pub or the phone box and meeting some rando.
I should be with like
A 20-year-old.
You should be with someone that's like probably like 40s.
Elliott has taken all his preconceived notions of Lauren, all his assumptions of the type of woman that she is, and is just projecting them on her. And it's so unfair, and it's mean too. He clearly wanted somebody who's malleable, which is interesting because we're going to get a little bit deeper into his non-negotiables. And I'm thinking, did you want somebody who's easily manipulated? Like, what is the deal with Elliott? I think, here's my hypothesis with him. I think he finds it hard to deal with a woman who is self-assured, who is well-established, who doesn't need him, because that woman is more likely to call out his BS. I think a younger woman who is unsuspecting wouldn't know when he is being like controlling or manipulative or when he's gaslighting them. But somebody who's like on par or maybe exceeds him a little, like surpasses him in maturity and other stuff, he can't pull the same bullshit that he would with a younger girl, with an unsuspecting girl. So yeah, number one, you're intimidated that you can't afford her. Number two, you don't like the fact that this woman doesn't need you and she likely would have to want you. And number three, you know that you're hard to want. At least that's my hypothesis. Since we're projecting our assumptions onto people, those are my assumptions about him. So the next day, he decides to leave. And we hear more about these non-negotiables. It's a very bad look.
Well, I want someone that's younger than me. I'm like 25. I want someone that is like not into superficial things. Someone wants to have a big family. Someone that's right into exercise like me.
You've made an assumption. You haven't actually put in any... It is.
I don't need you to tell me what I want. This is not a constructive conversation. You know what I mean? Like, so dramatic. You're quite passive aggressive.
Okay. You are the most inflexible person I've ever met. It's a very unattractive trait. Doesn't matter how old.
So not only does he want a woman who is younger than him and younger than 30, he would have preferred a 25-year-old. The way I would never let my little cousins even approach a man like that. He is snarky, he's rude, he's disrespectful, quite frankly, he's delusional. He's so pompous and arrogant, like, ew, no, absolutely not. I don't know who this man thinks he is. Eventually, this couple was going to implode anyways. I think that they are both very strong characters and would have clashed eventually, even though on paper it seems like they are looking for the same thing. But I didn't think it would implode in 3 days. I'm like, wow, that was fast. He didn't even give Lauren a chance to piss him off because I think that was going to be inevitable. But yeah, hearing more about what he said he wanted somebody who was more athletic. Like, how do you know she's not athletic? Like, just so many assumptions. Just, ew, he's so gross. Definitely giving manosphere. I hope people who watch the show are weary of him when he's out here on the streets. I wouldn't be surprised if there are women who come out of the woodwork saying, oh, let me tell you a story about Elliott. Baby, tell me. Because I'm all ears. Katie is hopeful that the honeymoon will bring her and Tim together. Y'all are doing a lot outside right now. Anyways, even though she's very well aware that he is still not feeling any kind of spark.
It came up like over dinner. Hard to hear because, you know, I come in with such like an open mind. The preference is petite, blonde, short. And I was like, God, you poor guy. Just get this like monster curvy redhead.
I normally probably go quieter women and even funny.
Tim, you idiot. Why the hell would you say that? Like, this man is saying the quiet part out loud. Like, what is wrong with you? Why would you say specifically what your type is? And since we're divulging information, I want to know, is this the type that you have actually dated in the past or the type that you fantasize about? Because I'm getting the impression that this man came in thinking it was going to be a Build-A-Bride workshop. So I could just say, oh, I want this, and this, and I'm going to get it. But I can't, no. I can't even say that because he came in saying what? Oh, I don't even have a type. I'm open to anything. I just want somebody who's kind and caring and compassionate. Well, here you have Katie, who is kind, caring, and compassionate, but you don't like her because she's not thin, she's not short, she's not blonde, and I think he also said he wanted somebody who's more quiet. Well, since Katie is not going to be all of that in this lifetime, let's just end things. They might as well go home. We get to meet the last two couples of this week because there are more couples to get married last week. I'd be forgetting how many couples are on MAFS, the international versions. Oh my gosh. Because I think the US, the cap is like 5. But these people, they're like 13. Let's put 13 couples together. It's a lot. But anyways, we meet Jake, who is a quirky PE teacher, and Ashley, who is a dance teacher. They both love kids. They both feel like they have a lot of love to give. And so when they meet up, honestly, it felt like a perfect match.
She's stunning. Turn and face me. Oh, sure, no worries. Back on the spot, yep. She's gorgeous. Like, wow. Oh, you look stunning.
I definitely like what I see. He's beautiful.
I'm a dance teacher.
Oh, I'm a high school teacher.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a pet snake.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. His name's Slim Shady. He's at home.
Isn't it like just wiggle down the ring?
He's got a good vibe about him. Just put me at ease straight away.
They're like the same.
I had my eye on Jake for a second because when the bridesmaid walked down and he was like, oh, she's stunning, I said, oh, here we go. Here we go again. Oh my gosh, I can't deal with these people being paired up with guys who are just not into them. Like, I was for sure that was going to happen. And also, how does this keep happening? Because this isn't the first time that a guy has made a comment about like the bridesmaid or the sister or something. And I'm thinking, not every bride wears white, sure. But just assume she's going to wear white. Can we just make that assumption? If she's not wearing white and if she's not coming to you directly, she's probably not the bride. Wild guess, but I would assume she's probably not the bride. Anyways, they got on like a house on fire. They're the same kind of quirky. I think one of the people even said, oh, they're like the same. They're a reflection of each other. It's great to see. I was a little bit scared for Ashley in my first impressions video. We know how it typically goes. I mean, look at Katie. Prime example. We know how it typically goes for the bigger girls, but he thinks that she is stunning. I think that their personalities match for sure. I think what they're looking for is on par as well. They might be my front runners right now. I think they're my front runners right now. Yeah. Then the last couple we meet is Jeff. Yeah. Jeff, who is 39, he's definitely feeling the pressure to get married and have kids. And Ree, who has never truly been in love at the age of 34. As if it wasn't fishy enough that one couple already knew each other. We meet another couple who already knows each other.
Hey, Ray.
Hi, Jeff.
How you going?
I'm good. How are you? Hey, guys.
Crazy.
Hey, Tim.
Ray, what's going on?
How long were they together?
No, about a month.
We dated last year. That kind of just fizzled. I think we've had coffee and stuff since then, so yeah, like, ended very amicably.
I guess we friend-zoned each other. So, yeah, it's a bit bizarre. So we know each other. Here's a little bit more about me. I make a mean pasta.
I know.
Yep.
The good thing about this couple compared to the other couple is that the fizzling out was mutual. They both felt like they were just coming out of relationships and it was a weird time. So like, cool person, wrong time. They got along. They had some interactions even after they stopped dating and stuff. So they're kind of in the friend zone right now. I wonder if they'll be able to break through that. Because I think Jeff said, oh, it's strictly platonic for me right now. And I'm like, ooh, yikes. They have been intimate before. Now they have so much more time together and they have experts helping them along the way. They could have a good thing. Oh, another thing I liked about this couple is when they were sharing their vows, they both were like, yep, that's accurate. Yep, that's true. Yep, I've seen that. And I was like, oh, it's cool that number one, you have an accurate perception of yourself, but also two, it's good to see that y'all aren't dirty, stinking liars. Because people will come here saying, oh, I'm this kind of person, I'm that kind of person. And then we see them in action and you're very much not that kind of person. So at least these two can vouch for each other's depiction of themselves. So we're back at the honeymoons. We have a few couples who have progressed in the bedroom, starting with Billy and Sierra. They have had sex, but he said something that made me think, Billy, is this going to be a problem? He said he wished he would have waited a little bit longer. So I'm wondering, like, is it a situation of you wanted to build a stronger emotional connection before getting physical? Or do you regret your decision? Next was Athena and Adrien. They consummated their marriage along with Karina and Paul. Somebody who is nowhere near getting any kind of physical affection is Katie. It looks like Tim doesn't even want to be in her presence.
Do you fish?
No, I've never fished, really.
Do you like photography?
Wouldn't say I don't like it, but I've just never really done it, I guess.
Do you like being in photos if I took one of you?
I'm not the biggest photo person.
I think we need to focus on being like lighthearted and relaxing.
Yeah. It's just hard to know what to say sometimes.
That's cool. Yeah, yeah.
Do you think you are shy?
Yeah, I definitely am.
I'm happy that Katie is willing to fight for this connection, but at this point, babe, you're beating a dead horse. You're beating a dead horse. He has no intention of ever finding her attractive. He did say, I'm attracted to who she is as a person. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? There are so many beautiful people out here on the inside. Respectfully, that doesn't mean I want to jump your bones, let alone marry you. So I think this is irrelevant. They later had a conversation, which was so hard to watch because it almost looked like she was begging. Like, he is not giving her the energy that she would have wanted in this experiment. So she's like, I just want more from you and whatever. And he's not going to give it. Thankfully, she was saying, okay, well then maybe like we should just call it. I don't quite remember how that conversation ended, but it was just so painful for me to see her try to get something out of this guy who has no intentions of giving her any kind of anything. Like, he doesn't want it. He has the ick. He's not interested. So yeah, we'll see what the experts say about these two. I hope the experts cut them loose because they love to drag a couple along knowing damn well they have no business trying to make this relationship work. I hope they get sent home during the first commitment ceremony or whatever it's called. So the experts send in the honeymoon box that's intended to get the couples to have deeper conversations. It is not a good conversation between Athena and Adrien. They talk more about family and stuff, and he really stuck his foot in his mouth.
How important is having a family to you?
Very.
Having a kid is a special moment in your life. I don't know how I feel about you have experienced that with someone else. I don't know if I can love like my kids as much as your kid.
You don't think you can love them all equally?
I don't know that.
I'm really taken back by that statement. So you're saying that you can't step into a father role to a child that isn't your own?
I've never experienced that in the sense to say I can. Couldn't say I definitely could, or I couldn't say I wouldn't. I don't know.
Just like Tim, why would you say the quiet part out loud? Why are you saying the quiet part out loud? Shut up! Oh my gosh! Oh my God. The only good thing to come out of this is the fact that he exposed himself sooner rather than later. I'm glad that Athena is aware that this man is not a man to pursue because you're not going to love my kid the way that you would love your own kids. So we're done. There's no need to explore anything with you. This man says, like I just said, he doesn't know if he'll be able to love somebody else's kid the way that he would love his own biological kids. He also says that that first experience is something that he really wants to share with his wife. And I'm thinking it still would be a first. That is your first kid together. And also, does the luster of having a kid just diminish after your first kid? Because if you have another kid, it'll still be special. And then she's like, well, if you're not really going to give it a try, then I don't see the point. He's like, no, I am open. I am willing to give it a try. My child comes with me. That is non-negotiable. So if you're not going to see my child as somebody worth loving enough to see as your own kid. Wait, did that make sense? Whatever. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to spend a single second. No moment longer needs to be spent with you. I'm done. Let's go. Like, this is crazy. I want to know what he said to the producers. Like, there's no way kids didn't come up and he didn't make it clear that he's not willing to be a step parent. Like, yeah, I'm upset with him, but I'm definitely more upset with the producers because why would you do that? Just wasting Athena's time. Now she's taking time away from her kid for what? For what? Anyways, I hope they break up. I hope Katie and Tim break up as well. And then I hope Elliott gets sent home. Those three couples at this point, like, it's a road leading nowhere. Definitely a lot happened in these last 2 episodes. I'm thinking it's going to be a hectic ass season because we know the producers are going to keep the couples that need to go home. We know they are. And if you haven't watched Mass before, if one person says they want to stay in the relationship, they both have to stay. Oh, we're going to be here forever. But anyways, that's it for me today. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.